Welcome to the Welcome Gardens video. The video that you're going to be watching right now is one about how to make seed pots out of different recyclable items in your house. There's lots of different sort of cheaper alternatives or less expensive alternatives at the dollar store that you could look at some plastic pots and some seedling trays. But it's kind of fun to look around the house, and also these, many of these are actually free, particularly if you have them in your house. So for instance, newspaper, again, so we're going to, the next video we'll be looking at how to make newspaper seedling pots, again out of newspaper. And this one is actually Times Colonist, which was purchased. But in our neighborhoods, we have lots of free newspapers. The trick is not to use the glossy covered newspaper, because it's very difficult. It's more difficult for it to degrade in the ground, whereas just newspaper will degrade fairly quickly once you put it in the ground. The other thing about newspapers to know, and particularly about Times Colonist here in Victoria, is that their inks are plant-based inks. So when you're looking at color and you're looking at even the black ink, is that it won't create any pollutants with your seedling or any chemicals. It is not organic though in terms of the types of inks that they're using. So they're not certified organic inks in the paper. So I just wanted you to know that. Okay? So newspaper, most of us haven't. Most have delivered either in our neighborhoods, or we can find down at our local grocery stores big piles of newspapers, so that can be free. I again was looking at these boxes, and they're readily available again in dollar stores. They're gift boxes, and they're already formed for you, but they make for larger containers, right? And you just take the wire out if you want to, or you can have it as your little one. But again, as you would plant up your seeds, have them grow indoors, and then you would take this out to the garden, dig your hole, and put it in, and it will degrade. So this is just cardboard, okay? For me, I was looking around I was looking at these little popsicle containers that we have, and they're quite inexpensive again at the dollar store, and they would make really great seedling trays as well, because they've got good drainage down this way. They're a little bit more difficult to get out because they are stiffer plastic, but again, it's just being able to pull them out and be able to plant them in your hole. This one is not BBA free, so I bought it just as an example, but you would really want to make sure that things are BPA free plastic. Basically ice cube trays, same thing, you know, we have them around, or they're readily available, and they're quite inexpensive at different stores. Yeah. And then I also was looking at, there's quite a few of our smaller plastic containers, and again, they make nice sized, and you can get, you know, 4 of these for $1, and they have their lids with them, but you would just take that, and if you want to, you can basically just push 4 or 5 holes in the bottom for proper drainage on that one. But again, inexpensive. Seedling trays. The other, which we've all, most of us have heard about, is eggshell cartons. So the cardboard ones are the ones that I have. So your eggs come in them, and again, as people will put soil into the cups, and they'll plant their seeds in there, and they'll come up as seedlings. So what I do when I'm doing this is just to cut off the lid, and just put it there, and it comes a little shelf for it underneath there, and you would put the soil in the little cup, plant your seed, and keep them moist, and you can cover them with plastic. They've got nice little raised ridges, so you can put over plastic film over top and going on. Again, so this is readily available and that. Now I was watching a YouTube video last night, and they actually plant in the egg they'll put soil in the egg and put their seed in, and then put, of course, put them in the egg carton, and it let the seedling grow, which I thought was really cute. And I don't know how effective it is. I'm going to try it though. But what I liked about this idea is that this container is that when you're ready to plant the plug in, you just have to crack the egg. When you dig your hole and crack the egg and place it in there, and even though it would take a while for the eggshells to degrade, but it does create, you're mending your soil, and you're also at the same time creating fairly good drainage for your new seedling. So it's to crack them up as finely as you can, but it's a very simple, easy way of doing that. Yeah, and it's kind of fun. The other items around, again, as many of you have seen, may have seen, where you just take the your toilet paper roll, and these become, again, it's recyclable. These become plugs. So you're going to put soil in, and you can cut these in half. You can make them any size that you would like. But if you want a closed bottom on them, you just would cut in 4. So basically cutting, you would go, if you're looking at a clock, this is 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, so cut there again, 6 o'clock, and 3 o'clock, and you're just folding it in like you would your present, when you're wrapping a present. So you just fold these corners, fold them in, have them overlap like you would, in a cardboard box. And what I find with a lot of these, just to make them stay, is just really press down on it and just form some creases. Okay, and there you have it. Again. And that's something that we find in our household. And the other thing that you find and we do is that we sometimes do get our paper bags from the grocery store as well. So this can be used to make your little seedling pots or wraps, and again can go directly in the ground and they will degrade as well. Okay. Thank you.